was established in Beaumont, Texas. As decades passed, South Park Junior College transformed from Lamar College to Lamar State College of Technology, focusing on engineering and science. This created the foundation for a future that would truly change the world. In 1971, Lamar State College earned its official university status. LU quickly grew with more educational facilities, degree offerings, and student population. With enrollment in the 1970s approaching 11,000 students, LU was becoming a bustling community. In 1973, the iconic Mary and John Gray Library rose 8 stories above campus, housing one of the largest collections of learning materials in the state. Attention was then turned to the growing athletics program. Construction of the Montaigne Center, the arena we sit in today, was completed in 1984, and to this day remains one of the largest indoor arenas in Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. Growth and reputation continued hand in hand throughout the 80s and 90s, with numerous campus expansions and a growing, pride-filled alumni base. In the early 2000s, Lamar University set its sights on reshaping education with technological advances that brought the classroom outside its traditional 4 walls. Distance learning and online education became a strong option for thousands of students. Today, nearly 6,000 students enroll in courses delivered fully online with the same highly qualified instructors. Now home to more than 15,000 students, Lamar University continues to reach new heights and expand more boundaries while educating and graduating highly trained, motivated individuals.
There were years after I left that other professors know me and know me by name, so there was that camaraderie, and I think these professors generally more focused on the development of the student and getting us ready to go into a workforce.
One of the unexpected perks of being a Lamar graduate was the huge network of colleagues that I continue to be in touch with all these years later, not only in the local area, but also across the United States as well as internationally.
Aside from the academics being top-notch, the sense of community on this campus is worthwhile.
We know what Lamar graduates, when they show up looking for work here, that they're going to be ready to make an impact in a short amount of time.
We look at people, we want to see work experience, we want to see extracurricular activities, and we get that from the people that we see at Lamar.
This is an exciting time of year. We appreciate your support of these graduates, and we appreciate you being here to cheer them on to this marvelous ceremony. This is one of the most enjoyable parts of my job, is shaking the hands of every one of these students that cross the stage.
So I invite you to stand with me and welcome the next chapter of Lamar University's story as they enter the arena floor.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the May 2018 commencement for the College of Fine Arts and Communication at Lamar University. My name is Darina Holzhausen, and I serve as the Dean of the College. Earning a university degree is one of the highest accomplishments you can achieve. You can never lose your education, and nobody can take it away from you. You are stuck with the degree you earn today, for better or worse, even if you decide to continue your education or do something totally different with your life. Thus, it is my pleasure to welcome our graduating students and those who supported and nurtured them to this commencement ceremony. Together, we are all celebrating your success, perseverance, and tenacity in obtaining your degree. Please turn your attention to the video screens and hear from some of our alumni entrepreneurs about their time here at LU.
My favorite thing about Lamar was meeting my wife and getting a solid education and falling in love with this area.
If I would have been asked why I was on campus, what my favorite thing, smell of turkey legs on game day. Nowadays, I probably have to say the faculty and staff. They've been here to support me while I was in school. Now they're supporting me post-graduation.
My favorite thing about Lamar was having access to the professors and local business leaders that truly have a vested interest in your success.
My favorite thing about Lamar were the bonds that I made while I went there. I'm able to maintain a consistent focus for my company and a direction of where we're heading because I learned these skills while being involved in several organizations while getting my degree at Lamar University.
Having the best professors, that led me to be successful in all of my endeavors, and I've always had the opportunity to contact them after I left Lamar. That open door policy works even after you're gone.
My favorite thing about Lamar University, hands down, was the people. I made friendships and relationships there that I still have today. People that I work with constantly, people who are very close to me.
My advice for all the graduates out there, very simply, seize the day, make a difference, be a contributor, and compete at the highest level.
Your degree is going to get you an interview. Your connections and bonds that you made while attending Lamar might even get the door open for you and get you a job offer. But once you get that job, it's going to be up to you to excel. Grit and determination mean a whole lot now.
My advice for the graduates sitting in the room today is try to find that one thing that you're really good at and that you love. And understand that those two things may not happen at the same time. You may find something that you love but you're not good at yet, or you may find something that you're really good at that it takes a while to develop a passion for. And if you can find that rare third thing, someone to pay you to do that thing that you're really good at and that you're passionate about, you got it made.
You're walking into the office building and you're meeting people, but you're saying, okay, this is what I won't do, or I'm only willing to do this, or I want to stay in this city because, you know, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Upon graduation, don't put those self-blinders on yourself. Do yourself a favor, be open to everything. Be open to promotions, be open to transfer.
If you're still playing Pokemon Go, now's the time to stop.
The more effort you put in, the more valuable it is. It's not just about grades, it's about relationships and taking away a concept or a theory that you can then apply to whatever area of life that you're in.
Being able to excel because you outthink, outwork, and outplan everybody else is going to allow you to climb that corporate ladder in whatever career path that you decide.
To be an entrepreneur, you must have the ability to relight your fire every day. You have to be completely open for the river changing wherever it wants to go and hopping on that boat and riding it.
Lamar University prepared me for what I'm doing today by giving me the knowledge and also the hands-on experience that I needed to go out into the world and build my resume, build my career up, and ultimately get to the place where I'm running my own company now.
Be persistent. And I think that persistence, the principle, the lesson of persistence, is something that can only be taught by encountering a struggle or a difficulty.
And also, take a lot of pictures in life because you're only going to get uglier from here.
I'm Scott Fisher.
And I'm Kayla Fisher.
My name is Fred Vernon.
I'm Georgine Guillory.
And I'm just one of Lamar's many stories.
And I'm just one of Lamar University's
Many stories.
We are entrepreneurs.
We are
LU.
That was pretty inspirational, don't you agree? Nobody achieves success alone. The people whose moral, financial, and mentoring support made today possible for you, our graduates, should also be recognized. Among them, the faculty members of this college. I know each one of them personally, and I visit with them and they visit with me, and I know how hard they work and how dedicated they are to Lamar and their students. We had strategic planning sessions for each department in the college, and at the end of the day we do a wordle. I don't know if any of you know what a wordle is, but it is capturing all the words that was said during the day and emphasizing them. And in each of the 6 departments, students were the most emphasized word for each of those days. So I want you to know that they really, really care about you. They have provided you with a contemporary and valuable higher education that is second to none. Due to their diligence and efforts, our graduates are knowledgeable, highly skilled, worldly, and properly prepared for life and career. Would our faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Many others also supported you on your road to achievement. Candidates, please join me in expressing our appreciation for their unique contributions to your success. Would the parents of our candidates please stand and receive our applause? You most probably deserve the congratulations more than your children. Would the grandparents of our candidates please stand and be recognized? Would the spouses, children, and grandchildren of our candidates please stand and be recognized? Would the friends and other relatives of our candidates please stand and be recognized? This afternoon, we share the joy and excitement of commencement with all of you. Thank you for joining us. Graduating students, I do hope that this is not the last we will see of you and that you will return as alumni or graduate students. You will soon realize that lifelong learning will be an essential part of your future. Remember, Lamar is always here to offer opportunity and support, be it as students pursuing advanced degrees or as role models or mentors for our students. This will be your academic home forever, even if you go off to other institutions. Enjoy your newfound and hard-earned success. We all wish you a long and successful career in the field you chose. Our graduates today will receive 122 degrees in 12 fields of study, and that's only in the College of Fine Arts and Communication. And students come from 17 Texas cities and 3 United States. Before we proceed, it is my honor to introduce the platform participant for today's event. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. As I call your names, will the platform members in row 1 to my right please rise and remain standing. Dr. Kenneth Evans, President of Lamar University. Dr. James Marquardt, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Brenda Nichols, Vice Provost for Digital Learning, Dr. Joe Nordgren, Acting Associate Provost, Mr. Craig Ness, Vice President of Finance and Operations, Dr. Nikki Mikulski, Associate Professor in the Department of Communication, and Faculty Senate representatives. Row 1 may be seated. As I call your names, will the platform members in row 2 to my right please rise and remain standing. Dr. Kevin Dodson, Dean of the Rio Honors College, Dr. William Hahn, Dean of the Graduate College, and Dr. Jamika Mott, Instructor, Department of Music. Row 2 may be seated. As I call your names, will the platform members in row 1 to my left now rise and please remain standing. Dr. James, or Jimmy Simmons, as he is fondly known, President Emeritus, Lamar University, and today's commencement speaker. Ms. Rebecca Gonzalez, who carried the college gonfalon and is today's student speaker. Ms. Donna Meeks, Chair, Department of Art. Dr. Natalie Tyndall, Chair, Department of Communication. And Dr. Diane Clark, Chair, Department of Deaf Studies and Deaf Education. Row 1 may be seated. As I call your names, will the platform members in row 2 to my left now rise and please remain standing. Dr. Brian Shook, Chair, Mary Morgan Moore, Department of Music. Dr. Monica Hahn, Chair, Department of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Mr. Golden Wright, Chair, Department of Theatre and Dance. And Mr. David Short, University Registrar. Row 2 may be seated. Now you can go. I also wish to recognize conductor Dr. Andrew McMahon and members of the Lamar University Brass Ensemble. Your music always greatly adds to the festivity of this special occasion. Also from the Department of Music, thank you, Dr. Jamika Mott, for your rendition of the national anthem, as well as the alma mater. And in advance, thank you, Ms. Deborah Greshner, also from the Department of Music, for reading the names of our graduates. You can see that the Department of Music's footprint is indeed large here today. I also would like to recognize two people that are special in our lives. Mrs. Susan Simmons, the spouse of Dr. Jimmy Simmons, and Paul Holzhausen. And I don't know where he got that same name as I, but he does. Candidates, this is your moment to shine. You did it. Please know we are all very proud of your accomplishments. We are celebrating your success with you, and you should be proud of yourselves. Your university education has equipped you to receive and enjoy the benefits of society and has prepared you to continue to learn as you move into a new life. Enjoy and use your education to its fullest, and you and everyone you touch will be more prosperous for it. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, graduate and senior Rebecca Gonzalez, the daughter of Wayne and Tony Gonzalez, who is a Southeast Texas native from Lumberton, Texas. A homeschool graduate, Gonzalez received the Mirabeau Scholarship and enrolled in Lamar University in the fall of 2014 to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Theatre and Dance. While obtaining her degree, Gonzalez has remained dedicated to building the creative community at Lamar University, as well as bridging the gaps between the arts and other disciplines. Among her many involvements, Gonzalez has served as a department ambassador during a 2-week study abroad trip to Taiwan, a liaison for prospective dance majors, and as historian for the Pi Omicron and cast of Alpha Psi Omega. In November of 2016, Gonzalez was a recipient of the Presidential Summer Fellowship, providing a 5-week research trip in Montreal, Canada. While there, she worked with Brila Youth Projects to study creativity and philosophy for children. After graduation, Gonzalez is looking forward to her summer wedding and plans to move to Galveston, Texas. She hopes to become a part of the thriving art community there, both through performing and continuing to work with children. I am a mix of open-minded creativity and hard-working ambition. My goal is to learn about other cultures and communities while adding value to my own in every way I can. Becca, the floor is yours.
Okay, guys, I have to get this out of the way first. We have to take a group selfie. Okay, cool. We made it. Can you believe we're here? Yay. Maybe your college career was quick and simple, or maybe it was a long whirlwind, but you made it. And now that you're here, I want you to think back to your freshman year, to the person that you were then. I hope that when you look back at your experience, that you see growth. You see growth as a student, as a friend, growth as a person, as a force to be reckoned with. I hope you fulfilled some dreams, developed new ones, and that somewhere in your years as a college student that you found your life-defining passion. I hope all these things for you because that's what happened for me. I started my freshman year with little to no idea of what I wanted to do with my life. I picked a department where I already had friends and a major I knew I would love, and I jumped in. My school spirit was high, and so were my expectations. I was involved in everything I could get my hands on, from department shows to dorm events to honors projects. But it wasn't until I moved my focus from what I could do within the school to what I can do in my community that I really found my passion. I realized that the reason I was succeeding in college was because I'd been given the option to take on a creative learning style from a young age. And I also realized that that option wasn't widely available to children in my community. So I set out to remedy this by planning and putting on a community art event called Art in the Park as my service learning project for the Rio Honors College. The event took a whole summer to organize, and through that process, I became more and more aware of how much the cause meant to me. Put simply, through this project, I found my passion. The day of the event came, parents and children were lined up at the door, and the fun began. When they first walked in, they got to design their very own art journal, and as they walked through the different stations, they could add art to the journal using different techniques and medias that they might have never had the opportunity to learn about before. I heard parents say that they wish their children had more access to creative opportunities like this, even some parents who weren't expecting their child to light up the way that they did when they were allowed to create freely, as if they had no idea how brilliant their child's imagination was until this moment. Being able to facilitate that moment of realization for those parents and the freedom of creativity for the children, that was so fulfilling for me. The day ended, we packed up and left, but that one day was the start of my pursuit of this newly found passion. I now knew that the kind of difference I could make in my community was huge, and I also knew that I was lucky to have found it so early in life. As a college student, this was the best possible time for me to gain as much experience as I could. I kept applying for grants, and though I did receive some no's, I finally received a really important yes. In November of 2016, I was awarded the Presidential Summer Fellowship. This grant was graciously created by President Kenneth Evans so that my fellow Beck applicant, John Ellis, who I saw, and I could pursue summer research trips that would further our individual goals. Because of this grant, I was able to spend 5 weeks in Montreal as part of the Brilla Youth Project Summer Camp. Brilla is a research-based program that facilitates philosophical discussions with children through story circles and creative projects. While training for these camps, I was introduced to the world of conversational philosophy, and my dreams of what I wanted to do with my passion were broadened. My goal was to help children cultivate their creativity and imaginations, and I now had philosophy to add to my set of tools. Its benefits were truly undeniable. I saw a young girl go from shy and silent to boisterous and brilliant, sharing wise insight and wonderful ideas just after a couple weeks of philosophical conversations and creative projects. And she was only one example. So many of the campers were thinking way beyond what you would expect from children as young as they were. They had deep conversations with each other about morality and truth and these weighty topics that are even hard for us, the soon-to-be college graduates, to fully grasp. And these conversations weren't reserved for just our story circle time, but they continued into lunch and free time too. The children's creative minds were already primed for a challenge, for a mental tug of war between what they had observed so far in life and what their logic could team up with their imaginations to produce. The difference between these children and most adults was that most of the time they let their imaginations win. Another thing I found in Montreal was the community I truly belong to, or as I finally called them, the creatives. Now, not all creatives are artists, and I want to be sure to make that distinction. Artists make art, creatives just make. They make ideas, they make solutions, they make way. In whatever field they're in, they're the ones that push the envelope, and by doing so, push their surroundings forward. They add to their environment, they don't take from it. But most importantly, creatives usually have a mission or maybe even a message. Because they were once inspired, they want to inspire others. Much like all art has a message it's trying to communicate, the life of the creative has a distinct message. By the times I've said the word creative, I'm sure you can figure out mine. Through all of the opportunities that I've chased and light bulb moments that I've been so blessed to experience, this word has come to mean so much to me. My pursuit of creativity and my advocacy of it, this is where my passion lies. I couldn't be more grateful to the Honors College, Rebecca Maxwell and Dean Dodson, President Evans, and really the university as a whole for the opportunities that they've pushed me towards. And honestly, the life-defining passion that those opportunities resulted in. I'm so blessed to know my passion so clearly, and I sincerely hope that each one of you has a similar story, that during your time here you found a passion that will drive your life and your mission and your communities. I know the city is probably not the place that most of us will call home once we graduate. Who is leaving Beaumont when you graduate? Yeah, me too. What about leaving Texas? Oh, she's excited. Okay. What about moving up north? Oh, just a couple. Is anybody leaving America, like going across the globe? Yay! That's so exciting. So even though we're from the same place and from the same class, our reach is huge. We're going to make a really big impact. I'm encouraging you to bring your passion with you to that destination. And if you haven't found your passion yet, the thing that sets your soul on fire, it doesn't mean that it's not out there. Education isn't confined to textbooks and lecture halls. Yes, your time here has prepared you for the workplace, and without the piece of paper you're about to receive, landing a job would be either more difficult or entirely impossible. But don't allow yourself to take off your role as a student when you take off your cap and gown. Let experience be your new educator. Watch the world around you, add to its beauties, and do your best to remedy its flaws in whatever way you can. One of my favorite quotes is, "Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire," by Jennifer Lee. If you haven't found this thing yet, the thing that sets your soul on fire, please keep searching for it. If you have, then do whatever you can to fan the flame. Passion is contagious and it spreads like wildfire, but it doesn't work the same way. Fire consumes. Passionate people are not consumers, they're creators. They create experiences, they create cures, they create more efficient products and practices, and yes, sometimes they create art. Without creators in every discipline, the world would not develop. There would be no innovative software, no new medical procedures, no fresh wisdom-filled literature. There will always be consumers, those who contribute nothing to their communities, and the world doesn't need any more. So here's my request. When you leave here and you get to choose who to be, not what job you're going to have, but who you'll be in it, be a creator. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was very inspirational. Next, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. James Jimmy Simmons, President Emeritus of Lamar University. And for you young people who've been here for the last 4 or 5 years, this is the real Jimmy Simmons. Yes, the one from Jimmy Simmons Boulevard and the Jimmy Simmons Music Building, just in case you thought he was a superstar or a hero from a comic book. He is indeed a superhero, but a very real one. So Dr. Simmons' career with Lamar University began in 1970 when he joined the faculty as an instructor and director of the marching band. He rose through the ranks, later serving as the director of bands and as chair of the Department of Music and Theater before his appointment as Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication in 1992. In 1996, he began serving concurrently as Interim Executive Director of University Advancement. He took office September 1, 1999, as Lamar University's 10th president, bringing a wealth of perspective on Southeast Texas and Lamar to the position. Before joining Lamar University, Dr. Simmons taught and served as orchestra and band director in the Beaumont School District and as assistant director of bands and woodwind instructor at Memphis State University, where he earned his Bachelor of Science degree in music. Simmons earned his master's degree from the University of Houston and doctorate from McNeese State University. He and his wife Susan have a daughter, twin sons, and 6 grandchildren. He served with passion and dedication, and despite all his career achievements, his heart has always been in music. He is a musician's musician. He still loves to perform, I believe, Dr. Simmons. Throughout all his time here, he remained a faculty member of the Mary Morgan Moore Department of Music, even after he stepped down as president, and this is the reason why he is our commencement speaker today as well. Dr. Simmons, please come forward.
Thank you.
Well, nothing's on. Test. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Gosh, I'm the only thing now that stands between you and that degree. This is not a good place to be. I want to thank my wife, Susan. She's here for one reason. She listens to my speeches. And if they're going okay, she gives me a thumbs up. If they're not going too good, she gives me a thumbs down. That means cut it and sit down. So I'll keep a close eye on her. But thank you for that warm, complimentary introduction, Dean. I appreciate that. President Evans, platform guests, faculty, graduates, and guests of all of our students. It's an honor to have this opportunity to be with you today. This is really a homecoming for me. Indeed, this is my home. I see so many colleagues, former colleagues, friends, and others in the audience, and it really brings comfort and wonderful memories to me. I'm going to try this. I want all the graduates to stand up. You need to stand up anyway, just get a little, okay. Now, if you graduated in 4 years, sit down. Congratulations. If you graduated in 5 years, sit down. 6 years. 7 years. 8 years. 9 years. 10 years. 11. 12. 13. Go ahead, how many? 20 years to the month. 14. 13. 33. Oh, you graduated in 3 years. Well, you need to keep standing. And how about you? 14, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, that kind of shows a little bit about persistence, doesn't it? Yeah, great job. You know, after listening to literally hundreds of graduation speeches, I have to tell you, I can't remember any of them. I can't even remember mine. I can't even remember the ones I've given. So if you've heard this one before, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to bear with me. But I am passionate about the arts, about music, this college, and I'm very passionate about education. Of course, education is so much more than just a training for a job. It's really a preparation for your life ahead, and a life that should include appreciation of the arts and of the arts that are shared across the world. And I could go on and on about art appreciation, but I think I'm preaching to the choir with this group. So, I think you get it. As I was trying to select a topic for today, I thought about leadership. But a wise person summarized leadership nicely by saying, without enthusiasm or optimism, no other traits or list of traits really matter. Then I thought about integrity. Winston Churchill said, if a person has integrity, nothing else matters. If a person doesn't have integrity, nothing else matters. So then I thought about music. But if I performed, I don't think the dean could afford to pay me. So after much reflection and considering this political climate we're in, which is very strange, I thought maybe the most important topic I could address is how to treat others. And one of the lessons I've learned in my 7 decades is that you will succeed or fail based on how you treat others. Some of these stories, I have a few stories I'd like to share with you. Several of them are mine and several of them aren't. But the first story is about the cleaning person and the freshman. During his second month of college, the professor of the freshman gave the class a pop quiz. The freshman was a conscientious student, had breezed through all the questions until he read the last one. And the last one said, what is the name of the woman who cleans your school? Surely this was some kind of joke. He had seen the cleaning woman many times. He knew she was tall, dark-haired, maybe in her 50s, but how in the world could he know her name? He handed in his paper and he left that. Just before the class ended, one student asked if the last question would count towards my grade, and the professor said, absolutely. In your careers, you will meet many people. All are significant, even though they may just appear as a shadow. They deserve your attention, your care, even if all you do is smile and say hello. The freshman never forgot that lesson, and he learned that her name was Dorothy. The second little story is about a pickup in the rain. One night at 11:30, an older African-American woman was standing on the side of an Alabama highway trying to endure a lashing rainstorm. Her car had broken down and she desperately needed a ride. Soaking wet, she decided to try to flag down a car. Several cars passed. Finally, a young white man stopped to help her, something that was generally unheard of in those conflicted days of the early 1960s. The young man took her to safety. He helped her get assistance. He put her in a taxi cab. She seemed to be in a big hurry, but asked and wrote down his address and then thanked him. 7 days went by, and then there was a knock on his door. To his surprise, a giant console TV was being delivered to his home, and a special note was attached. Thank you so much for assisting me on the highway the other night. The rain drenched not only my clothes, but also my spirits. Then you came along. Because of you, I was able to make it to my dying husband's bedside just before he passed away. God bless you for helping me and serving unselfishly for others. Sincerely, Mrs. Nat King Cole. To those of you who are young, Nat King Cole was yesterday's Kanye West. Is that right, Mr. President? Yeah. You know, one of my pet peeves, and I'm sure all of you hear this, is watching how people treat those who serve us in restaurants or other places. My daughter, during her college career, worked as a waitress to earn extra money. She told me that that was the most difficult job she ever had, including raising 4 children. In our region, in this Southeast Texas region, we're usually served by college students working their way through college. My wife has to calm me down several times. She's had to when I hear a customer scolding a waiter because of a problem in the kitchen or some completely unrelated problem to his service. Be kind and generous to those who serve you. You never know the whole story. You could be assisting a student who is seeking what you have just accomplished. You know, I was a junior at Memphis State. My musician friends may appreciate my last little story. Like most college students, I was always in need of funds. My former mentor, my high school band director, sent me a letter. We didn't text in those days. He sent me a letter and asked me to write an arrangement for the high school band. Man, I worked hard on it. I wanted it to be perfect. I wrote the score. I copied all the parts for each player. I sent it to him, and I tried to decide what to charge him. You know, do I charge him $25, $50? So I asked my college band director what I should charge him, and the college band director looked at me and said, "Are you kidding? You should be honored that he asked you." So I sure took his advice, and I sent him a letter thanking him for the opportunity. Several weeks later, I received a check from the Band Boosters Club for $500 for the arrangement and their best wishes in my education. It's a lifelong lesson for me. Treat others well, and you'll be rewarded sometimes without even asking. With today's technology, this is my final advice to you. Be all there. How many times are you sitting in a restaurant and you see a family and not one of them are talking to each other? They're all texting or on their cell phones. Or you see a lovely young couple eating dinner and they're not talking, they're texting. Be present. Live in the present. Be 100% present with those who you love, who you teach, who you communicate with, who you work with. Be there. Be present. And most importantly, live with no regrets. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Work like you don't need money. You never know how or when you're going to get paid. Oh, by the way, excluding the dance majors, dance like you dance when nobody's watching. You ever? Graduates, my deepest and most sincere congratulations to you. In turn, I want each of you to thank those in your life who treated you well enough for you to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Simmons. We are very pleased that you will still be around and that you will still be performing. Thank you for that wonderful storytelling and inspiration. We will now finally, we will have the certification of graduates. President Evans, please join me. Will the candidates for the doctor's, master's, and baccalaureate's degrees please stand and remain standing? Yeah, that's you. That's you. Please. President Evans, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Fine Arts and Communication, I am pleased to present the candidates who have met all the requirements for the listed degrees.
Thank you, Dean Holzhausen. This is the best gig in Texas right now, because I get to address a group of people that are really happy, and a group in the crowd that's really happy too. Yeah. All of our graduates are special, but this particular group is uniquely so. This group dealt with Harvey and persisted and demonstrated a resolve that was quite impressive, both in the volunteering work that they did in the community, as well as their ability to persist with their education when they were dealing with difficult odds. So I congratulate each and every one of you in a very, very special way. I want to thank Dr. Simmons for his leadership, and thank you for sharing your thoughts today. Rebecca, if I'm not mistaken, your family had flooding that took place, did they not? She didn't tell that part of her story. So she too, like many of the people in this room, was dealing with the challenges of that as well as finishing her degree program. So with that said, I'll now turn to my official role. By the authority vested in me and Lamar University by the Board of Regents of the Texas State University System, I confer upon you the degree for which you've been certified, admitting you to all the rights and privileges which throughout the world pertain to those degrees. You now have before you one last final exam. It's a tough one. You're being asked to take your tassel from the right side of your hat and move it to the left. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. President Evans and guests, we now have the presentation of the College of Fine Arts and Communication graduating class of May 2018, beginning with the doctoral and master's degree candidates and followed by baccalaureate candidates in the order published in the program. Dr. Marquardt, will you please come forward and introduce the doctoral candidates and their advisors?
Hey, thank you, Dean Holtzhausen. I am pleased to present the name of Jasmine Auzine and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Connie Howard. Ms. Auzine has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Ms. Auzine and Dr. Howard, please come to the platform. Congratulations, Dr. Auzine. I'm pleased to present the name of Raimundo Charles and his doctoral advisor, Dr. Connie Howard. Mr. Charles has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Charles. I'm pleased to present the name of Danica Moore and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Heather Reading. Ms. Moore has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Moore. I'm pleased to present the name of Amber Olivas and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Connie Howard. Ms. Olivas has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Olivas. I'm pleased to present the name of Stephanie Sandoval and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Connie Howard. Ms. Sandoval has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Sandoval. I'm pleased to present the name of Gretchen Stein and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Heather Reading. Ms. Stein has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Stein. I'm pleased to present the name of Brianne Thibodeau and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Heather Reading. Ms. Thibodeau has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Thibodeau. I'm pleased to present the name of Natalie Yates and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Heather Reading. Ms. Yates has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. Yates. And I'm pleased to present the name of Heidi McLaughlin and her doctoral advisor, Dr. Diane Clark. Ms. McLaughlin has been recommended by the Dean of Graduate Studies and by the graduate faculty for the Doctor of Audiology degree. Congratulations, Dr. McLaughlin. And now we will continue with the presentation of the graduation class of May 2018, beginning with the College of Graduate Studies, followed by the academic departments in the order in which they're published in the program.
For the Master of Science in Speech Language Pathology, the Master of Science in Deaf Studies, Deaf Education, Brenda Marsh. For the Master of Science in Speech Language Pathology, Christiana Adrienne Benson. Christiana Elizabeth Bierbaum. Colin Henderson Bryce. Kendra Lee Caswell. Joanna Kristen Figlia. Brooke Sherry Freeman. Valerie Diana Fuller. Sierra Jordan Gilhas. Natasha Simone Harrison. Haley Marie Hebert. Maria Teresa Hernandez. Kayla Michelle Jackson. Colby Rochelle Joseph. Lindsay Nicole Little. Chelsea Danielle Lyles. Chelsea Leanna Markham. Leanna Gabrielle Martinez. Kendall Morgan Precup. Mallory Elizabeth Rayborn. Stephanie Bermudez Richings. Melissa Ann Fairby Sevilla. Danielle Justine Smith. Callie Jean Whitlow. Tanisha Yvette Wimberly. Mary Wyatt. Derek Andrew Yarbrough. For the Master of Music, Caleb Michael Green. For the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design, graduating summa cum laude, Timothy Michael Bazar. Graduating magna cum laude, Raven Alexandra Christine Morse. For the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Studio Art, Erin K. DeLeon. Graduating summa cum laude, Virginia Page Johnson. Graduating magna cum laude, Rio Honors College, Mary Catherine Caroline Wilbur. For the Bachelor of Science in Studio Art, graduating magna cum laude, Kelsey Nicole Leibel. Stephanie Michelle Messina. For the Bachelor of Science in Communication, Tierra Lynn Bilio. Jory Zane Basha. Graduating magna cum laude, Jason Samuel Cabrera. Ian Spencer. Tammy Linsome Davis. Lacey Marie DeBretagne. Kiera Anne-Marie Achille Desamour. Kaylee Brooke Dickens. Graduating summa cum laude, Brianna Nicole Dion. Graduating magna cum laude, Bradford Keith Downs III. Shaquila My Queen Ford. Joseph Matthews Frenchwood. Milton Garfield Holmes II. Graduating summa cum laude, Michael Randall Horton. Jade Dominique Jackson. Teddy Tyrone Johnson II. Roger Allen Lanier. Graduating summa cum laude, Hannah Michelle Leteau. Cedric Eugene Leon II. Graduating cum laude, Lisa W. McClelland. Deja Owens. Brandy Nicole Sharber. Gabrielle Malin Smith. Graduating summa cum laude, Shelby Ann Strickland. Elizabeth Lee Tatum. Graduating summa cum laude, Taylor Christine Terrio. Jason Tran. Dawn D. Turner. Whitney Raquel Walters. Craig Douglas Watson. Medrin Keith White. Aspen Danielle Wynn. Anthony Devon Woodard. Okay. For the Bachelor of Science in Graphic Design, graduating cum laude, Rio Honors College, Marley J. Smith. Same as her. Shayna Dell Williams. For the Bachelor of Arts in American Sign Language, Maya Elon Chantel Clark. Graduating cum laude, Jessica Michelle DeVille. Graduating magna cum laude, Rajmanda Krasniki. Graduating summa cum laude, Tara Mikael Leopold. Jakitra Emma Louise Lockett. Graduating summa cum laude, Candace Lene McGrew. Graduating cum laude, Brittany Deanna Middleton. Graduating magna cum laude, Keely Erin Odell. Sydney Onwuharani. Ashley Nicole Owens. For the Bachelor of Music, Anthony Lionel Alex Jr. Morgan Christopher Contreras. Graduating cum laude, Crystal Rochelle Haynes. Graduating cum laude, Caleb Mitchell King. Randall Wynn. Adrian Devonte Woodard. For the Bachelor of Science in Speech and Hearing Sciences, Chelsea Andrea Clark. Hannah Lynn Goins. Graduating summa cum laude, Shelby Grace Hare. Jessica Anna Hoskins. Taryn Denise Lacour. Chelsea Nguyen, graduating summa cum laude. Graduating cum laude, Kaylee Elizabeth Smith. Graduating summa cum laude, Maria Catherine Stamatis. Graduating summa cum laude, Kayla Nicole Broderson. Graduating cum laude, Mary Caroline Trevino. Graduating magna cum laude, Kristen Diane Washburn. For the Bachelor of Science in Theater and Dance, Kaylee Nicole Bro. Graduating summa cum laude, Shelby Dana Dryden. LaTroy Roman Gable Jr. Graduating summa cum laude, Rio Honors College, Rebecca Alice Gonzalez. Graduating cum laude, Sydney Denise Haygood. Ayankabi Brittany Itimia. Graduating magna cum laude, Sierra Monique Jackson. Bridget Leanne Parker.
Congratulations once again, everybody. We will now continue with the presentation of the graduate class of May 2018. And there's one more ceremony to do, and that is the Otto Plummer Award honors, the Otto Plummer Award, which honors the baccalaureate graduate with the highest grade point average in her or his graduating class. Would the following graduate please come forward and receive your certificate and check from President Evans? Shelby Grace Hare from Speech and Hearing Science. Thank you, Dr. Evans, and congratulations. Please join me in congratulating our graduates once more with feeling. Graduates, today you join more than 80,000 others throughout the world who are Lamar alumni, a really prestigious group of people. I would like to take this opportunity to recommend that you get involved with the Lamar University Office of Alumni Affairs. This provides continued involvement with the university, networking, and opportunities to help other students achieve what you have achieved. I encourage you to get involved with this important arm of the university. Again, congratulations and thank you for sharing commencement with us. Best wishes to you all. Following the recessional, we will host a reception upstairs on the concourse level. All graduates and guests are invited to mingle with our faculty, enjoy refreshments, and maybe even pose for a picture of two, and I'm sure there will be plenty of pictures taken. I hope to see you there. Please stand for Lamar's alma mater.